adrenal fatigue? Is this an adrenal issue, or is this something else? If you've ever wondered this or asked yourself this question, this video is for you. I am Dr. Beth Westy, women's health and hormone expert. I'm author of the books, The Female Fat Solution and The Female Menopause Solution. These are on Amazon. I'm also host of the podcast, The Female Health Solution, and you can subscribe to that as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on social media just to make sure you're getting in touch with all the info I have coming out. So, adrenal fatigue. Now, I'm going to show you a sample of a Dutch report here, so hopefully you can see this clear enough. When we look at a Dutch report, how do I know if I have adrenal fatigue? Well, right on the first page here, you can see a metabolized cortisol dial, which is the adrenal function, free cortisol, which is what your system is getting and correlates to the graph right here. Now, with this information that we have, we get to ascertain whether or not your adrenals are doing what they should do or not. The two things that people have questions or concerns about are this. Do I have adrenal fatigue, and how do I fix it? If you have been feeling exhausted, right? How do I know? Is there a benchmark? Am I just not motivated? Do I just need to force myself to do more things? That oftentimes cannot be very helpful. Now, when we looked at that metabolized cortisol dial, the sample of it, if you noticed, that one had the dial way on the high end. Can it be also on the low end? Yes, this if it's below the range where it should be here, this is what we would classify as adrenal insufficiency or adrenal fatigue. These words kind of get used interchangeably here. Your adrenal function is not producing enough metabolized cortisol or total cortisol overall. And it can be because you've been exhausted, you've worn yourself out, you've been through a big traumatic event. There's many reasons why this happens. And if you're not getting enough nutrient in or helping your system come back from this, it can have a big negative impact. One of the things I see very frequently is people get really fatigued, you're not building muscle, you're gaining some weight, and you're like, I just need to get going more. So you push yourself really hard at the gym. And instead of actually helping you feel better, it makes you feel worse. You get more and more tired. That's this end of it. When your adrenals, though, are too high, again, above the range here, very high or above the range here, this would be more of adrenal overdrive. Now, you can still feel fatigued. You can still have difficulty, maintaining regular exercise, but there can be a slight difference. And this is, oh my gosh, I feel like I have a little bit of energy. Let me do a bunch of things, and you burn yourself out real fast. And then you have a hard time recovering. Some people have more anxiety with this. Again, not everybody, but there are some people who feel more anxious feelings because your stress response is like a hair trigger. And how we deal with these two things are very different because what's happening in your system can feel very similar. But how we deal with it is very different. How do we know? By actually seeing your results. I have seen this time and time again. I see this maybe not every day, but multiple times a week. When reports come in of somebody saying, yeah, I'm fatigued, I'm very fatigued, it's at this time of day or that time of day or all day long, and it's been like this for this long, a long time, and I don't know what to do. I've tried this, I've tried that, I've tried more sleep, I've tried to manage my stress, and these things aren't working. What the heck? So again, getting a Dutch test, go below this video, click the link, get a test that gets sent right to your house. It's a urine test. So you take the test, send it back to the lab, and we go over your results and talk about next steps for you. But the big thing with knowing where you're at is we know how to target it specifically. There are different things we do here if it's completely burned out than if it's way on the high end of range. There are actually different supplements that are helpful. Are adaptogens helpful? Absolutely. Adaptogens can help, right? The adrenal balance tincture that I created for the female body, is that helpful for both? Yes, because adaptogens help mitigate that response and bring the bottom up and bring the top down. Those things can be helpful, but there are sometimes other supplements or things that people will take or try and do change their lifestyle around where I'm like, that's not helpful. Like if you're here and you're thinking, I just need to get up really early in the morning and get to the gym, that's why I've gained weight. You're gonna really struggle, not only getting up, but actually getting to the gym. Yeah. You might be able to get up and get to the gym, but if you're doing it too hard of a workout, you're gonna burn yourself out real fast, right? So this is why it's so important that we understand what's going on for you specifically. That way we make these tailored recommendations and we help you move forward from there. So All right, so that is the info I've got for you on the adrenal insufficiency or adrenal fatigue and what to do. But again, the most important thing is that we know what's going on. Again, there are some general things you can do, but understanding what you have specifically helps you move forward and not essentially make it worse. I've seen that. I see it too many times every single week. So that's what I got for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions. You can always leave a comment below. But again, remember, below this video, you'll find info on getting that Dutch test where it gets sent right to you. And then we go over the results and talk about next steps.